I didn't know much about Shazam. Growing up, Shazam wasn't really one of the superheroes that I knew.
The whole movie is taking from all over the very rich history of Shazam.
Shazam has had a lot of different characteristics over the years. He's been around a very long time. He's been incredibly popular.
Shazam was introduced as the original Captain Marvel back in the 40s. And he was this orphan kid, Billy Batson, and this ancient wizard bestowed upon him the magical powers to turn into a superhero.
Shazam?
And the cool thing was the extension of his power into these surrogate brothers and sisters.
Shazam!
And it became a family of superheroes. Because these characters had a magic to them and they had a tone to them that very few characters had. That was the reason, I think, why these comics rivaled the sales of even Superman in their heyday. The history of Shazam is long. The comic books were published in the 40s and 50s, and a little bit in the 70s. There was a comic book called Power Shazam by Jerry Ordway in the 90s, and he's had black and white serials. He's had TV shows where he's driving around in a Winnebago in the 70s. He had a cartoon series. And then I reintroduced the character with artist Gary Frank, and we did a new take on Shazam, which is a lot of what inspired the movie. Shazam survived decade after decade after decade because the character inherently has something special inside him.
Unlike a lot of other characters, like Superman, who is an alien from another planet, Shazam he's magic. I'm magic.
The mysteries of magic and the unpredictable nature of it is great, especially in the hands of a kid.
One of the unique aspects that his power comes from magic. You know, he's not like Superman, who's an alien, or Wonder Woman, who's this Amazonian. Like, it's magic.
His arch nemesis, Dr. Sivana, is legendary, going way, way, way back.
Dr. Sivana has been around since the 40s. In a way, he's like Shazam's Lex Luthor, but Sivana came before Lex Luthor. He's like the original kind of bad guy like that.
He has a middle name, you know. Bodog. Did you know that? Thaddeus Bodog Sivana. The original Sivana was in comic book number 2 of Captain Marvel. But I then discovered that there was never a number 1. So Sivana was there at the very beginning. In that incarnation, he was a thwarted scientist who was aggrieved that the world didn't appreciate him. But the Sivana that I play is based on Jeff Johns' New 52 incarnation, which is the much more frightening, muscular one.
Since Shazam and Sivana both possess magic, the only thing that can hurt them is each other. You can only fight magic with magic.
You follow the comics, the powers keep manifesting. So it's almost like kind of limitless. But baseline, the name Shazam actually is an acronym, S-H-A-Z-A-M, which stands for Solomon, Hercules, Atlas, Zeus, Achilles, and Mercury. The wisdom of Solomon, the strength of Hercules, the endurance of Atlas, the power of Zeus, the fighting abilities of Achilles, and the speed of Mercury. Which is just all me, really. It's amazing that I finally found a role that all of me could fit into. So those manifest in different ways. So for example, you know, super speed, super strength, and, you know, fighting abilities, flight, as it turns out. Yes. The ability to kind of wield lightning as well, I think, which is very much in tune with his Zeusitude, if I could be so bold as to call it Zeusitude, and I'm coining that phrase right now. And then also a super suit. That's part of my super abilities, because it is magic. The suit is magic. It magically appears on, and then it magically comes off of me, which is convenient when I need to go to the bathroom.
Everyone has their iconic superhero costume, and Shazam's is no exception. It's this great red costume with gold boots and this lightning bolt on his chest and this white cape. The fun thing is that Billy doesn't get to choose his costume. It's just on him, and he can't remove it. You know, it's just, that's what it is. And so he didn't design it, and the other members of the Shazam family didn't design theirs either, but they suit their personalities.
Shazam is honestly like one of very few superhero characters that is genuinely stoked to be a superhero.
I can fly!
More often than not, you've got a character who is begrudgingly pulled into this thing, and, you know, and they have these powers and everybody needs them, and they're like, oh, I have to save the world again. No, you know. Billy Batson is stoked. He's so excited.
Oh, hey, what's up? I'm a superhero.
We're staying true to the tone of the character. He's always been a little bit lighter, a little bit more fun, and a little bit more family-centric than any other DC superhero out there.
Baked into the DNA of it is the humor and the heart that a lot of other superheroes have to manufacture oftentimes, because it wasn't just built into it when the comic was created or when the character was created. And Billy's just stepping in this world, and you get to see that heart, and I just love it, man.